How's it going, guys? Glad you could join us. We are going to be talking a little bit about some of the things that we didn't know before moving into a van.
If you've seen our content like this before, or if you've seen other people's content like this before, a lot of times people will talk about like the things that they didn't expect that are negative about moving into the van. The truth is that there are a lot more positive things about moving into a van in our experience than negative things. So today we're focusing on the positives, y'all.
You guys might have seen our last video about feeling trapped.
I feel a little bit trapped by having to be in the van, and like I feel like if we ever left the van, we just wouldn't really have anything outside of it.
We wanted to kind of follow up with a really positive note because we really love this lifestyle and we really hope that a lot of you guys are able to be inspired by this and do some version of this that works for your life.
Definitely.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the things that we didn't know existed in the van life space.
Or
before.
are just a lot better than we thought.
True.
Because like I don't think it's all that we didn't know they existed.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah,
you know,
true.
they kind of rock.
They kind of rock.
Whatever. Anyway, all right, here's 4 things that kind of rock about van life.
Number 1, building the van is way more doable for anybody
Yeah.
than we ever thought it was. If you guys watched our content about building our van, that was a few months ago, I'll link the playlist to that up here somewhere if you want to check it out. But that was kind of our go at building a van with very, very minuscule experience. And we were so surprised that it was absolutely doable. I'm not going to say it was perfect. We don't have like the most banging build ever. I love it.
Are you kidding? We have a great build.
We have a great build, but I'm just saying like some people can do like amazing epic things. So, you know, we kept it simple.
Right.
But it was very realistic for us
Yes.
who had absolutely no experience to do.
There are a lot of people that have a lot more experience, and I think on social media they tend to, there's a lot that's just positive help, like they tend to want to help.
Yeah.
But then there's some others that's just a little bit like shaming that you don't know how to do this better, and that's unnecessary, man. So if you see that kind of attitude, don't worry about it. Seriously, if you're gonna do a van yourself, like I've seen so many people who make epic designs and want to do this and don't have the confidence to take the first step and just try building.
Yeah.
The build itself is more doable than you think.
So we're cheering you on. If you're thinking
Seriously,
about this
dude.
and you're a little scared and intimidated by building the van, you can do it.
You seriously can do it, dude.
Isn't it great?
What?
Isn't it great?
I do love it. It's awesome. Are you so proud? You're beaming with pride right now.
Yeah.
The second thing here, dude.
Yeah.
The second thing is that I think a lot of people, there's just a lot of things that you're scared of that you don't need to be scared of. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Don't be scared of them, dude. I'm serious. And what I mean by that is like, there obviously are some challenges, but I think that most of the perceived challenges are just overhyped in your head. So like chores or parking or just the day-to-day things, you just figure them out, man.
Yeah.
Like people used to ask us so much about our laundry.
Yeah.
We're sitting in front of a laundromat right now because we just finished washing our laundry. Was that so scary? No. Took us an hour. Cost us $6. It's fine in there. The laundry's done, right? It's like that was not that hard, right?
Yeah.
It just people, you get so used to everything being so freaking spoon fed to you.
Yeah.
That you don't ever think of how you can do them another way.
You
Anyways,
just figure it out along the way. When you have a problem, you solve it. And I don't think that you should have everything exactly planned out before you leave.
Correct.
Some people, have binders, their van life binders we've seen. Like people want to have everything planned out. And if that's you, that's awesome. And it's great that you're going in with a plan and with intention and that kind of thing. But that's not always necessary because a lot of those things that you think are going to be problems don't end up being problems, and a lot of the things that you don't even think about end up being problems. So just start it. It's going to be new. It's going to be different, and you're going to figure it out.
Take that dive, baby. You can do this,
Yeah.
Not only is the van build easier than you think, but the day-to-day stuff's a lot easier than you think.
Yeah.
You can do this, dog.
This next one is something that I didn't expect at all. Basically, like all of our resources are very limited. So our energy, our like electricity is very limited, water is very limited, just like everything in our life. Wi-Fi is very limited.
Right.
We don't have unlimited amount of resources, and not everything is completely comfortable like it was when we were in our apartment. And while that might seem negative, like it's something that you have to deal with, I think it actually has taught us a lot more about our impact environmentally,
definitely.
and socially. It's helped us really understand, how much electricity it takes to power a laptop and
Right.
a toaster
It's
oven.
a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
Laptops suck it. They guzzle
Yeah,
it, baby.
they really do. Or like how much water we use on a daily basis. We
Yeah.
measure our water. We have 6-gallon water tanks, and if that 6-gallon water tank took us a day to go through,
We
which
could-
could be very easy. It
to
can be
do.
very easy
Oh,
to
we
do.
could go through 20 gallons in a day. I think that it's hard to make people environmentally aware if it doesn't impact them, right? This is a little bit off topic, but I heard this one Australian city did this amazing thing where like they did a lot of things to help their water impact because they were literally out of water. But like one thing is they just put up on the freeways, your water reserves are currently sitting at 27% capacity. or
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
And people were like, oh my God, we're about to run out of water. And it's like, they did all these things that just made people like realize, whoa, we're about to run out of water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel that impact, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So it's like, I don't know. I love how vanlife forces us to feel that impact.
Yeah.
And has just changed the way we're thinking. I think we can move back into a house and we just wouldn't consume in the same way.
Yeah. I
Do you
think
agree with
that's,
that?
I hope that's true.
I
would
think
want to be
I would
intentional.
encourage anyone who's watching this, even if you're not doing van life, figure out situations to put yourself in that force you to confront your level of consumption.
Yeah.
Not so that you'll feel bad about it, but so that you'll realize what's realistic about it, and then maybe get excited about some ways that you can easily cut back. Number 4 here, we're keeping these pretty general. This one is going to be relationships, friendships.
Yeah.
Now this might be a surprise to you guys because obviously that's a huge concern coming in for me, for us, for people that are extroverts like myself, whatever it is, right? You're like, am I gonna have friends on the road?
Yeah.
And I think that van life is a bit of a mixed bag here. Again, everything's a mixed bag on everything, right? The grass is always greener and there's always two sides to a coin. But I think with relationships, van life and travel, I think van life especially does something very interesting. And that we talked about this before, but the time that you're with someone when you're in the van is so intentional, man. You're cooking together. Aubrey, I'm gonna start with you in your kitchen.
Okay.
What are you about to whip up in your kitchen, babe?
I'm about to whip up a salad, a very fresh salad.
Very fresh
with
salad.
a homemade tahini dressing.
Well, let's go over to kitchen number 2 and see what the chefs are making over in kitchen number 2.
We're just doing a chef swap because I'm really the one
chef
working
swap?
hard, but Eamon wants
Wow, he wants to take the credit.
We've
Things are
got the
going on
most
here.
important dish tonight. Nacho cheese.
Chef number 3. Oh my God.
Lentil burgers with onion, carrot, walnut.
Sometimes you're sleeping in the same space. You're looking for parking together. You're figuring out what the hell do we do with our gray water together.
Yeah.
You're going to the restrooms in the morning together. You're going to eat together. You're going to the same activities. Like you're living life with these
Yeah,
people.
it's
Like
so
they're your
true.
brothers and sisters, you know?
Yeah. It's so interesting too because I think van life, because we have so much more limitations in
Yeah.
with our resources, when we're hanging out with some friends, a lot of times a couple of us will start working on making food and the other ones will go, work on some chores like get laundry done or, get water, like fill up water or things like that. And you're kind of
Yes.
working together to create more space for community and time and that kind of thing. And it's really special to do that. And it almost brings you back to what I'd imagine it was like to live a few hundred years ago,
Yeah,
where you
more
would be
communally.
in these communal, or even, they exist today probably in
Right.
other countries, where you're working together with other people, like you would with family members,
Right.
in order to kind of tag team on those different things with life. And I don't know, it
Definitely.
just brings you closer to people in a way that you don't.
Yeah,
experience
and
them
it brings
in
you more in
other
touch with yourself too, All our best van life memories are with our friends out here. You know what I
Definitely.
mean? Like we just talked about this in our last video, and that's why
Yeah.
we're making this as a follow-up.
Yeah.
Because like I just don't feel like travel on its own or whatever just feels that emotional void for you. But I do feel like relationships in that sense can and
Yeah.
do. And so I think that our friendships have just been so developed. I mean, we had trouble finding friends where we were before. We knew so many people.
Yeah.
But it just felt like that we couldn't ever go to that next level with people.
Yeah.
And it was just really hard. We had
Yeah.
so few people we felt like we could go to that next level with.
Yeah.
And then ever since we're on the road, it's not a problem with going next level because we go next level with absolutely everyone.
It's so
you know what I mean?
true.
Even people that we usually wouldn't get on with, we just
Yeah.
go ahead and go next level with them.
Yeah.
The problem is more of like, you got to figure out intentional ways to see people. But once you're seeing people, you go next level with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just there. You're living life with them. Y'all, that's about all.
Y'all.
Y'all, that's about all. Today, is a little bit short and sweet.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to emphasize these amazing things. There's just so much that's amazing that just scratches the surface.
Yeah.
But this is big categorical stuff. I mean, this is like building your home and doing your day-to-day life things and what your impact is on the world and what your community is. That's like that's like the stuff that makes you a human being, you know?
That's true.
And we're saying that all those things, we've seen such a positive impact. So, ladies and gents, I would recommend it.
I'd recommend it too.
I recommend that you, right there, if you're really thinking about this, you can actually do this. It can be a reality for you. Come hang, you know?
Someday, I don't know if we're gonna put this in the video, but you just made me think of this. We've like tossed around this idea of maybe having some kind of big event / caravan with van lifers, or if you don't have a van, like have a tent that you bring and we have a campground for you and everything. Wouldn't that be so cool?
What if it would be like for baby van lifers, like who are thinking about doing this? It's like, you know what? Come caravan with a bunch of van lifers.
Yeah.
Sick.
That'd be so sick. So if you would come to something like that, let us know.
Let us know, yeah.
Because we might do that soon.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like van life content like this, if you subscribe, you'll be seeing a lot more great van life content from us. And we'd love to know what you think about the video. So let us know, friends. Comment below. Bless you. Love you. We don't have anything else to say, do we?
No, we love you a lot. That's all. See you in the next video.
Adios, guys.
Bye.